Slaves sing most when they are most unhappy. The songs of the slave represent the sorrows of his heart, and he is relieved by them, only as an aching heart is relieved by its tears. It's easier to build strong children than to repair broken men. Without struggle there is no success. For of all slaveholders with whom I have ever met, religious slaveholders are the worst. I have ever found them the meanest and basest, the most cruel and cowardly of all others. The right is of no sex, truth is of no color. God is the Father of us all, and we are all brethren. Immense wealth and its lavish expenditure fill the great house with all that can please the eye or tempt the taste. Here, appetite, not food, is the great desideratum. Once you learn to read, you will be forever free. I prefer to be true to myself, even at the hazard of incurring the ridicule of others, rather than to be false, and to incur my own abhorrence. Knowledge makes a man unfit to be a slave. Where justice is denied, where poverty is enforced, where ignorance prevails, and where any one class is made to feel that society is an organized conspiracy to oppress, rob, and degrade them, neither persons nor property will be safe. I prayed for freedom for 20 years, but received no answer until I prayed with my legs. I would unite with anybody to do right and with nobody to do wrong. The ground which a colored man occupies in this country is, every inch of it, sternly disputed. The relation between the white and colored people of this country is the great, paramount, imperative, and all-commanding question for this age and nation to solve. I didn't know I was a slave until I found out I couldn't do the things I wanted. I say nothing of Father, for he is shrouded in a mystery I have never been able to penetrate. Slavery does away with fathers, as it does away with families. We were both victims to the same overshadowing evil, she as mistress, I as slave. The man who is right is a majority. We, who have God and conscience on our side, have a majority against the universe. Alas, I had not then learned the measure of man's inhumanity to man, nor to what limitless extent of wickedness he will go for the love of gain. A man who will enslave his own blood may not be safely relied on for magnanimity. Man's own greatness consists in his ability to do and the proper application of his powers to things needed to be done. The winter snail crosses the finish line. Men may not get all they pay for in this world, but they must pay for all they get. Should a slave, when assaulted, but raise his hand in self-defense, the white assaulting party is fully justified by Southern or Maryland public opinion in shooting the slave down. Nothing valuable shall be obtained without labor and agony. One generation cannot safely rest on the achievements of another, and ought not so to rest. Truth is proper and beautiful in all times and all places. My hands were no longer tied by my religion. Enforced morality is artificial morality. A difference of opinion, like a discord in music, sometimes gives the highest effects of harmony. Human government is for the protection of rights, and not for the destruction of rights. I have gone through all of this. I have had 50 years of it, and yet I have not lost either heart or hope. It may be with men as someone has said about tea, if you wish to get its strength you must put it into hot water. You are not judged by the height you have risen, but from the depth you have climbed. The binding quality of law is its reasonableness. The world moves, but only by fighting every inch of its disputed way. You have seen how a man was made a slave. You shall see how a slave was made a man. Whatever delays, disappointments, and discouragements may come, truth, justice, liberty, and humanity will prevail. Properly speaking, there are in the world no such men as self-made men. That term implies an individual independence of the past and present which can never exist. What, to the American slave, is your 4th of July? I answer, a day that reveals to him, more than all other days in the year, the gross injustice and cruelty to which he is the constant victim. Let us render the tyrant no aid. Let us not hold the light by which he can trace the footprints of our flying brother. Though conscious of the difficulty of learning without a teacher, I set out with high hope and a fixed purpose, at whatever cost of trouble, to learn how to read. It is not uncommon to charge slaves with great treachery toward each other, but I must say I never loved, esteemed, or confided in men more than I did in these. They were as true as steel, and no band of brothers could be more loving. A man's character always takes its hue, more or less, from the form and color of things about him. We have to do with the past only as we can make it useful to the present and the future.